Betty had stared into the blackest of voids.
I don't know.
I hurt myself today. See if I still feel. I focus on the pain. The only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole. That old familiar sting. I try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become?
Alright guys, well, it's been about a bit over a month since we hit 10k. We're slowly reaching 15k, and YouTube should be answering our application for monetization by now. Let's check it out.
The numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
Hello everyone and welcome to the Movie Void, where we review whatever the fuck we feel like reviewing, and times are not good for small YouTube channels at the moment, and as you saw before, you guys are probably not the only ones who have been hit by this new monetization rule. I know. It's not about the money. Like, if we'd be making money now, it would be like maybe $1 a month or some crap like that. It's about recognition and distribution and people being able to see your content. The monetized videos, they're the ones who are seen more, they are the ones who are clicked more, they're the ones more visible to the broader audience. This is very much shutting down us as small YouTubers pretty badly. So I was thinking of making an episode to show you guys some of my favorite channels under 1k subscribers. And even though this is a small channel itself, my hopes are high that they will get some more attention and be a little bigger and have more chances in succeeding in being a monetized channel one day. But before we jump right into it, I just want to show you guys what procedure we always go through to make a video. So come on. First, I water the green screen. No jokes. I water the green screen so it gets straighter. Always outline it a little, and especially there where there's like holes, where it isn't completely straight. Those are the parts one has to water the most. Thing is, the weight of the water will make the green screen flatter later. It's very important to have a flat green screen if you want the background to be presentable and not all foggy and fucked up. And then we let it dry. Long. Okay, so after that is done, we start getting some lighting going on. First of all, we gotta connect everything. But don't worry, we don't have to turn on every single light. I have a little switch for that. We just stick it in the power, and whoa, everything's already lit up. So, first of all, we gotta position everything where it's supposed to be. I have little markers on the floor. It is incredibly important that these lights here in the background, that they're pointing totally to the green screen, and the green screen is generally lit as fuck. Here, now we get the lighting that's in front of my face where we just have to position it so that I am bright enough. But not too bright, because otherwise I start looking like a fucking Onision or something like that. Okay, the setup is pretty much the most annoying part, because that's the part where we try to get everything into focus. And I got this really cheap tripod, and it's not really the best. If you see over here, Carlos is being the cover girl. He's the one who generally will provide the focus. If Carlos is in focus, that means I will be in the focus later. Well, let's hope it's in focus once we start. Yeah, let's go. I just realized that most of these channels aren't even over 500 subscribers. These are pretty much my favorite YouTube channels under 500 subscribers. Let's start off with rock and roll poetry. Most of you people who've been watching the show should know who Rock and Roll Poetry is. She pretty much edits and does all the camera work when I don't do it myself. So pretty much every time you see the camera looking better than it usually does, or the editing looking better than it usually does on this channel, it is done by Rock and Roll Poetry. Rock and Roll Poetry as a channel on its own is a music channel.
Sometimes I remember you said that your sense of self is just a rope of sand that's twisting with your head.
She goes around taping local bands here in our town and makes pretty amazing videos of their shows. If you're into music, if you want to check out some unknown artists, this is a perfect channel for you. And especially people from the German region. There are a lot of German musicians on this channel, so you might want to take a look at that. And you will also find some of my own personal musical projects on this channel too.
Señorita, would you like a dance? Oh, señorita, this is your chance.
This channel really isn't even over 40 subscribers at the moment, so give it some attention. Rock and Roll Poetry does what she does with a lot of passion and with a lot of talent, definitely. So really be sure to subscribe to that if you are into some good old local music. Next up on our journey is good old Matt. Good old Matt is pretty much a movie review channel.
I watch one of my least favorite movies of all time.
But he also does some other things.
Hey there, have you ever wanted to do a top 10 list? What? I mean, have you ever wanted to do a top 10 list for YouTube? No. Who are you again? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm from the Top 10 Lists Forever, and I've come here to teach you how to make the best top 10 list in 5 easy ways. How did you get into my house again? Let's begin!
What I enjoy about good old Matt the most is his devotion to go through the really awful stuff. He actually pretty much goes out of his way to track these movies down. My favorite thing that he does is a little series he calls Dumpster Diving, where he really goes out of his way to check out the worst movies he can get his hands on. And I'm telling you, the shit he finds is incredible. He actually is one of the few channels, other than yours truly here, who did a review on Daniel the Wizard. Yes, folks, somebody besides me was brave enough to do that. He has a wonderful sense of sarcasm and irony. I also really love the editing on his channel and his use of close-ups and pointing out really fucked up situations in films.
Sometimes in the movie, it will just abstract. They cut to something else. What was that about?
I don't know.
What did that scene tell you about the movie?
Literally everything. That's what the movie's like.
And good old Matt is always a really nice bag of laughs. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a video of his where I didn't at least laugh twice. And I will let you guys on a little secret. But don't tell anyone. Me and good old Matt are collaborating on our 50 Shades Trilogy Valentine's Day special. Yay! So be sure to look out for that, and please subscribe to his channel because his stuff is just absolutely delightfully entertaining. Next up is LOUDQUIET VIDS. Rebecca is the main face of LOUDQUIET VIDS.
I'm totally not doing this because I only make trailer reactions for actresses I have girl crushes on.
Sometimes her bro Steve is also along on the journey.
Alright, guess what we just saw? The Disaster Artist!
That's right, I knew people would guess that when you showed your shirt.
And this is also primarily a movie channel. You get movie reviews and trailer reactions, and sometimes she steps completely out of the box and we get things like
A What's in My Bag video. I have never seen a cute bug before, now I have.
We're gonna go on a pokey walk in the cold.
What I love about LOUDQUIET VIDS the most is the passion that is put into this channel. This is beautifully edited. All the things spoken here are well thought out and informative. And I also really love the way she talks. It's like she has this weird dialect I can't really place. And I am usually somebody who truly despises reaction channels. I can't stand reaction channels. They're the most boring thing in the world for me. But when LOUDQUIET VIDS puts on a reaction video, I actually get excited about it because Rebecca, she takes her time to give you guys her reaction. She pauses in the middle of the trailer, says what she thinks, makes some predictions of what is going on.
Not expect everybody to do everything.
Oh shoot! These are great performances.
Is that your given name?
Yeah.
Why is it in quotes?
I gave it to myself. It's given to me by me.
She has a big heart, your mom. She's warm, but she's also kind of scary.
You can't be scary and warm.
I think you can. Your mom is.
You be scary and warm.
Good morning, wife.
Oh, that's creepy as hell. Ew.
Good morning, husband.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
That meant nothing to me before you.
Yeah, right. That's what they all say.
I also enjoy their series, Movies on the Go.
You know that moment when you leave the movie theater after seeing a movie and you really want to tell someone about that movie? These are those moments.
Where they usually sit in a car and discuss the film that they just saw right after they had watched it in the cinema. And that pretty much reminds me of the way we do film festivals ourselves, because when we do quickies at film festivals, it is usually directly after we've seen the movie in the theater itself. This is a channel that really deserves more than 1,000 subs for a long, long time. And also, this was also the first channel I communicated with when we started out with the Movie Void. And I would love it if you guys would subscribe to them, because LOUDQUIET VIDS is actually a secret little gem on YouTube. Now let's take a look at the Lone Wolf Club. If YouTube had existed back in the 80s or the 90s, all the YouTube channels would probably have the same feel and look as the Lone Wolf Club's channel does. It feels like he takes you into this world of VHS tapes and old action and horror flicks from the 80s and 90s. That is mostly what he does, and the information he provides is very insightful.
He's based on the character Conan the Chimera by Robert E. Howard. The first time he appeared in the December issue of the magazine Weird Tales in 1932 in The Phoenix on the Sword. The story was actually by This Axe I Rule and belonged to another series with Kull as hero. He was a great success with audiences and critics, has rightly a cult status and is widely regarded as one of the best anthology movies ever. Stephen King wrote the script. It consists of 5 stories, of which 2 were published. The story Weeds appeared for the first time in the May issue of the Cavalier magazine in 1976 and after that in various short story collections.
He always provides you with information that you never knew about the film he is talking about in that particular episode. He likes to focus on specific franchises or specific directors. He doesn't make as many jokes as other YouTube people do. He just provides you with solid facts, which is actually very good if you're into some information. But there are times when good old Lone Wolf Club can't help himself and just has to smash out a funny. And these moments on the channel are totally sweet because you never really expect it when he does it.
Why he changes it every 2 weeks and sells it as his ultimate true vision, which he supposedly wanted to do before his birth or even before the origin of the Earth, till his next vision. And even though he did not even direct part 2, that was Irvin Kershner, or produce, that was Gary Kurtz, or write the script, that were Lawrence Kasdan and Lee Brackett. He also did not stand behind the camera, or did the cut, or composed the film music, or create the effects, or designed the movie poster, or brought coffee, or cleared out the dishwasher.
This guy has been around for a long time, and he was also, next to LOUDQUIET VIDS, one of the first people I personally talked to when I started my own channel. So, really, subscribe to this guy and support this channel because there's few channels with such consistency who deserve so much more attention since they've been around for so long. Now it's time for you guys to meet these 2 fine people and their channel, 2 Takes. 2 Takes is one of those Sunday afternoon channels where you grab a cup of coffee, sit down, and just watch one film review after the other. And they mostly do film reviews, but every once in a while they sneak in a little vlog here and there. And the Sunday afternoon vibe comes because these 2, they are just so relaxed and so peaceful.
Defining what makes a film so bad it's good is not an easy task. As the saying goes, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and what beauty you find in the deep, dark depths of the cinema is totally up to you. Except when you're watching our video, then it's completely up to us.
Especially when they do their series, The 100 Worst Movies of IMDb.
Hello and welcome to IMDb's Worst 100.
Today we're looking at number 75, Zombie Nightmare.
They are seriously counting down from number 100 all the way up to number 1 of IMDb's worst movie list. I am impressed just how relaxed these 2 are. They never get utterly upset. Fuck! 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 And they have the patience to thoroughly analyze each of these catastrophes one by one.
Can you believe this film is actually real?
Out of all of the films that we've watched, it's the most mainstream so far out of the IMDb films at Worst 100. And it's the only one that me and you have not laughed at. It's the only... We watched it in stony, shocked silence.
Oh yeah, I don't even think we just didn't laugh at it. We were both completely offended by it. And just I felt disgusted, like sick, almost from some of the jokes, and it actually made me feel sick.
Like the bit where he licks up the guy's chest hair, and he gets a load of hair in his mouth, and he chokes it up, and there's like the guy's chest sweat is pooling out of his mouth.
I just imagined that when they were writing the script of it, it was a bunch of like pre-teen boys.
And it is really fun because they have a very unique style of editing. I wonder what their relation to each other is. I haven't figured that out yet. They've also had the pleasure of seeing Best Friends, the new film by Greg Sestero and Tommy Wiseau. So if you want to see another perspective than mine on that film, then you should also definitely check out TWOTAKES' take on that. And I also wonder one other thing about TWOTAKES. What do you guys do when the top 100 IMDb worst list changes? Because these films go up and down these charts all the time. How do you organize that? Just wondering. Now it's time for something weird. Ladies and gentlemen, the WEIRDNET. The WEIRDNET, as the title suggests, provides you with the most unusual, weirdest, bizarre things found on the internet.
And then it happens. You don't know how, you just clicked a link, but all of a sudden, you find yourself in that part of the internet.
Conspiracies. Things connected to the Illuminati. Strange metal bands that recorded the sounds of patients in a mental institution and made music to it. Cults that have formed online. Everything bizarre and weird you can find on the internet, you will definitely have covered by this Scottish fellow. That's right, the WEIRDNET gets its little characteristically friendly thing with its Scottish attitude. This guy, he talks in this heavy Scottish dialect, and I love it. It sounds incredibly hot, I gotta say for myself.
To me, the WEIRDNET is that imaginary dimension of the internet where reality and dreams, as well as nightmares, combine and find expression.
You also get this rampage of Scottish weird jokes, and I really like this guy's attitude.
Paul McCartney's frog chorus can fuck off. You want a frog chorus? Right now, the people of Kekistan, the disparate and displaced Kek refugees.
I don't want to talk about this channel too much because this channel is just like this big box of surprises. So like, if you are really looking for something totally unusual and different, things you never knew you wanted to know about, and then suddenly you notice, oh my god, this is so fucking fascinating. The WEIRDNET is the shit. Last on this list is WANNAbereviewer. WANNAbereviewer is so much fun to watch because he, hence the title, doesn't take himself seriously at all.
People hate it, with many calling it the worst movie of 2017. If you take the time to browse around the internet, you will find countless reviews such as those read earlier, in which critics seem to be using their elaborate scathing reviews as a therapeutic way to deal with how much they hate the movie. Having finally gone and seen the movie for myself, what if I told you I don't think the movie is as bad as people are saying? It's worse.
He does all sorts of things. Movies, video games, TV shows, cartoons, you name it. He's got it all covered. Most of the videos are about 7 minutes long. They're also very insightful and always have room for another 1 or 2 jokes here and there.
Tiny Toon Adventures is the best goddamn show ever made. Passion projects. We all have them to some extent. Some people like to build stuff or paint in their spare time, while me, I enjoy making YouTube content. As for Hugh Jackman, Mr. Wolverine himself, apparently he has a thing for bringing P.T. Barnum to the big screen, seeing as how he stuck to the project idea for 8 years before he finally got the chance to portray the man.
I became aware of this channel when I was reading the Disaster Artist, and he was one of the few people on YouTube back then who covered the book before the movie came out. This guy puts a lot of passion and love for his channel. The fun thing is, like, he is so self-aware and he always criticizes himself so much that I think he's sometimes actually even being too hard on himself, because there's so many people on YouTube who do awful reviews and call themselves critics, so much worse than his, and he still calls himself a WANNAbereviewer. And it is fun, because whatever he says, you can't really be upset with him, because at the end of each video, he says following line.
And remember, don't take anything I say too seriously. After all, I'm just a WANNAbereviewer.
And you're like, oh, okay. This channel is so professionally edited and so well recorded that I like was without a doubt sure that this channel had more than 1,000 subs like long ago. But then a week ago I saw him make a post on Twitter and noticed, oh my god, this channel just has 200 subscribers. Give this guy a bit of more attention, please. He deserves it. I hope you enjoyed the handful of small YouTube channels you guys should check out. Please subscribe to all of them. They really need your support. If you're one of those channels you think I should have included on this list, then put yourself in the comments. And if you want me to check out your channel and I haven't heard of you yet, also put your channel in the comments. I want to try to support everybody as much as I can. There's perks of not being monetized, which is using copyrighted songs, for example, or copyrighted clips. You're not getting any money for it anyway, so why just not use that as an advantage for your channel? No, but seriously, times are tough. But I know that with enough effort and enough of spreading our videos out all over the place on all sorts of social media, we'll one day get us much further. Don't lose hope. Keep doing the hard work you guys are doing. This was the Movie Void. You will see me when you see me. And there's a lot of shit coming for you guys. We got the Fantasy Film Fest Night Special coming soon. We got a new trip to London coming soon. We got a review of Top Gun coming soon. And we also got that 50 Shades trilogy special with good old Matt coming soon. So February's gonna be filled with some really fucked up shit, so I can't wait. And I will see you soon.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, that old familiar sting. I try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become?
I'm totally not doing this because I only make trailer reactions for actresses I have girl crushes on.